We've made it to the district final. Both of these teams have worked all season long to get to this exact point here in the Hyder tonight. A state berth on the line here in the District A-7 final. The Junior Jays hosting the Thunderbirds of Bellevue West. We welcome you to the Hyder. We welcome you to CPSN's coverage here this evening. I'm Mike Knockenauer alongside Colton Alder. Colton, the stage is set. One of these two teams controls their destiny if they're able to pick up a win tonight. Other one, it's a lot up in the air, a lot that has to happen if they want a trip to PBA.
Yeah, we're talking about a very evenly matched game heading in where, depending on how the other games shake out today, one of these teams' season might end here tonight. So it's going to be a must-win game between two teams that were competitive when they played in the regular season and are the 7 and 8 overall seeds in the power rankings respectively. So set to be a really good game out here tonight.
Yeah, Junior Jay's the lowest district host ranked in the PowerPoint system, and the Thunderbirds the highest ranked non-district host in the PowerPoint system. We'll take a look at the A7 bracket now, see how these teams got to where they are. Junior Jays handily beat the Chieftains here just on Saturday with a 45-point win, 82-37. It was all Junior Jays from the get-go. And then the Thunderbirds with a comfortable win over Millard West at home. That has set the stage for us here tonight, where it is the Junior Jays and the Thunderbirds in the district final here at the Hyder Center.
Both teams getting fairly comfortable wins to set themselves up here tonight. Creighton Prep looked dominant in their win against Bellevue East. The Bellevue West, Millard West game was a lot more competitive. Reese Carson did a good game for the Wildcats, but no one else was really getting anything going for them. And a lot of guys on Bellevue West had really strong games, namely Carson Schultz, who had 23 points, which was a career high for him. They're going to need some of those role players like Schultz to step up here tonight, along with their star players in Robbie Garcia and Bryce Johnson.
And then we'll take a look at what's going on around the rest of Class A this evening. So this is where things get interesting. So Junior Jays and the Thunderbirds here in the A7 final. A1 through A6 are also all hosting their district finals tonight as well. That's pretty uncommon. We saw last year they were kind of split between the Monday and Tuesdays, but two games already underway, and if you're a Junior J fan or a Thunderbird fan, what you're going to be rooting for is all the teams on the left here to get wins. If all 6 of those teams can get wins, both the Junior Jays and the Thunderbirds should most likely be in, and it would just be a battle for the 7 seed. If that doesn't happen, that's when things get a little chaotic. But for now, both North Star Kearney and Millard North Millard South are both underway. Millard North with a comfortable 20-point lead over Millard South nearing the end of the third, and North Star has extended their leads to 11 heading into the fourth. So those are 2 games you want to keep an eye out on. Also, 4 others starting as well at 7 alongside this one.
Heading into the day, the 2 more concerning games for these 2 teams would have been Lincoln North Star versus Kearney and Lincoln Northeast versus Lincoln Southeast. North Star, they've got an 11-point lead right now. A lot can change in a quarter, but for the moment, it looks like they're playing really well here tonight. They're going to need Northeast to have a big game versus Lincoln Southeast. If all 6 of the teams on the left win, then both of these teams, regardless of the result tonight, would make state. So a lot is going to ride on those games and how they sort out. A lot of them concluding around the same time as this one. So when the game ends, both of these teams should have a general gauge of how things are going to go.
So yeah, we will keep you updated throughout the night on the other contests throughout Class A. We will quickly take a look at the resumes of these 2 teams. As we said, Junior Jays 7th and Bellevue West 8th in wildcard points, which gave the Junior Jays the edge that has boosted them to the host spot and the Thunderbirds to the first spot out. But regardless of that, we will now send it to break for the national anthem. When we come back, we will get you guys set with lineups and then tip-off. Here from the Hyder, it's the Thunderbirds and the Junior Jays. for a spot in the state tournament on the line. Don't go anywhere. Coverage from CPSN coming up next. We welcome you back here to the Hyder. We will get you guys squared off now, starting with the starting lineup for the visiting Bellevue West Thunderbirds. It's Bryce Johnson Jr., the sophomore, Keaton Melcher, the freshman, Jacob Coyer, the sophomore, Carson Schultz, the junior, and then the senior four-year varsity man, Robbie Garcia, one of the top players in Class A. He's going to be the one to watch all night long for the Thunderbirds.
Robbie Garcia, obviously the big name for this Bellevue West team, averaging around 21 points and 11 rebounds per game, but it was Bryce Johnson that really gave the Junior Jays fits last time these two teams played.
Now we'll take a look at the averages between these two teams. A lot of very evenly matched shooting, but this is a Bellevue West offense that is a lot higher scoring than the Junior Jays.
Yeah, Prep relies a lot more on their defense. We've seen that a lot throughout this season. They've been a very strong defensive team all throughout. With Bellevue West, it's kind of been a measure of whether or not their shots are falling. So far this year, they have. They'll have to knock down their shots tonight, try to control the pace against this Junior J team after Prep controlled the pace against them the last time these two teams played back in December.
And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Junior Jays. It's been different all throughout the year, but tonight it'll be Connor Peters, Cooper Knight, Sam Bonet, Max Jungers, who has really shined recently, and then Trinell Parker, who will be battling with Garcia all evening long. Those are two close friends, but whenever it comes to the hardwood, they are a very good matchup to watch.
These are the type of games where which star player steps up the most might be the driving factor in the difference between these two teams today. Trinell Parker and Robbie Garcia, the top two players on the floor today. The big men down low, both the leading scorers and rebounders for their respective teams. That's going to be the matchup to watch all throughout.
And we'll get a chance to look at that right away. It'll be Parker versus Garcia at midcourt to tip things away. District A-7 final winner going to Pinnacle Bank Arena during spring break, and we are underway here from the Hyder Center. It's Parker with the win on the tip-off, and it'll be the Junior Jays starting off with possession. Here's Jungers into the paint. Kicks it out to Bonet. Has a three from the wing, no good. And it's Bryce Johnson down with the rebound. It's a Bellevue West team that shoots 27 threes a game. It's a big part of their offense, nearly 60 shots in total on offense a game. And that one stolen away by Peters. Here he comes on the other end. Shot is up, no good, but a foul. So Peters will go to line to shoot a pair, and that's big because first foul on Robbie Garcia comes just 50 seconds into the game.
And something we've seen from the Junior Jays all year is their defense is really strong when they're intercepting these pass lanes, and that's exactly what Peters does there. Just gets a steal and drives down the floor.
Peters knocks down his front end. Junior J team that has had some interesting struggles with free throw shooting throughout the season, but something that they can't have today as Peters splits his pair from the line. As Johnson drives in and he draws the foul. That one will go against Peters.
Early on, both of these teams being really aggressive on the defensive end. Bryce Johnson nearly getting the steal on Prep's first possession. And then Peters getting a little bit too aggressive there.
Garcia from the top of the key, no good. Now here comes Jungers pushing it back for the Junior Jays. Knight driving, gets it up, tough angle, good defense there. That was Carson Schultz with the contest.
We've seen how effective Cooper Knight can be when he's getting drives to the basket, but that time it was just really well covered.
Here's Johnson for three. That one's off the mark. Ricochets, and the rebound comes down to Peters. No field goals through the first 100 seconds of this one. Lone point coming from a Connor Peters free throw. Now here's Bonet underneath. Finds a way to get it up and get it to go.
It's a great pass in from Peters on the drive. Bonet staying strong, knocks down the shot close to the rim and gives Creighton Prep the first field goal of this ballgame.
That pass trying to get into Coyer, goes out to Meltzer in the corner and he knocks down the three. Meltzer's only shot 14 two-pointers on the season, 117 threes, and he's knocked down 50 of them. That one no good from Jungers. That pass, a little bit of a miscommunication from the Thunderbirds. Now here comes Cooper Knight on the other end, gets the foul, and gets the and one. He'll go to the line to try to make it a three-point play.
You just see right there how much one little miscommunication can impact a given play. Bryce Johnson thought he could find Carson Schultz on a backdoor cut to the rim there. Ended up just being a slight miscommunication. Creighton Prep gets a steal. They go right back down the floor. Cooper Knight gets an and one and a chance for a three-point play.
Junior Jays have really done a good job recently out in transition. They forced a lot of turnovers in their past two games against Burke and Bellevue East, but obviously this is a different monster here with the Bellevue West offense. Now here's Braden Morrow into the game for the first time. Trying to dribble inside, and another turnover forced by the Junior J defense.
That's 3 steals already within the first 3 minutes. Defense really staying strong and forcing some early turnovers.
Knight jumper, no good. Had a good look there from the paint, but can't get it to go. Early three-point lead here for the Junior Jays. Just about 3 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Here's Schultz. Floater inside off the glass, no good. Garcia able to come down with a rebound. Has it knocked away by Parker. Gets his own offensive rebound, though, and gets it to go. A third chance opportunity. And Garcia able to finally find the bottom of the net. And here come the Junior Jays on the other end. Jungers well defended, and he traveled. That was Tristan Garez James on defense there on just outside the paint. And he forced the turnover as he made the sophomore in Jungers take a step too many. Bellevue West now back on the other end. Junior Jays in their zone defense. Gets it to Garcia, gets it to go! Count the bucket and one!
There's a reason he's one of the best players in the state. Garcia just unstoppable at points when he gets it down low in those situations and gets it over Parker there. Can't convert the three-point play, but he does give Bellevue West their first lead of the game.
Thunderbirds with their first lead of the game, as you said. Both of these teams coming out with a lot of aggression here early. Here's Jungers for three again. No good. Garcia came down with a rebound, had it poked away by Bonet, but it will remain Bellevue West basketball.
And that's a possession that maybe the Junior Jays have to wonder what could have been there. Trinell Parker was guarded by Tristan Garez-James down low. Garez-James fell down, and Parker had a chance at the basket if they were able to connect on a pass.
This one poked away, gets back into the hands of Knight, and he gets the layup to go. Junior Jays with a lot of sneaky defense here early, as that's another bucket in transition for the Junior Jays off of turnover, and here's another opportunity. Now Kyle Tubrick fresh into the game. Draws the foul on the perimeter.
This defense has been playing incredible early on, forcing turnovers and then immediately going back down the court. That has been their main source of offense early, and that's how they've built this lead early on.
Knight driving baseline, trying to get it to Bonet, but it will end up in the hands of Braden Morrow. Now he gets it to Johnson underneath the bucket. Gets it to go over Jungers.
It's a bit of a sloppy play, but ends up working out as Johnson just staying strong down low, getting it over the much taller Jungers, and he gives Bellevue West the lead right back.
Parker driving in on Garcia. Puts his head down, can't get it to go. Morrow with the rebound, now down to Garez-James. Gets it to go. Knight trying to contest, but unable to knock it away, and the Thunderbirds have grown their lead to three. Jungers draws the foul. Carson Schultz was trying to force him out of bounds on the baseline, but referee said he got a little bit too much on the body, and it'll be a foul and an inbounds pass for the Junior Jays underneath their own basket. Excuse me, under the Thunderbirds basket, but that is the fourth foul for Bellevue West this quarter, so any more and the Junior Jays will be shooting free throws for the remaining 2:20 of the first quarter. Ayul Dang fresh into the game, trips and loses possession. Now here come the Thunderbirds in transition. Johnson underneath the bucket trying to get something up. Threw up a shot and ended up in the hands of Robbie Garcia, who puts it right in. Dang into the paint, gets it the roll to go. The Junior Jays finally able to get themselves back on the scoreboard. Now here's Melcher for three. Yes, sir! Two triples from the freshman here in the first, and the Thunderbird lead is up to 6.
That's what we've seen from Bellevue West these past couple of minutes, getting the ball down quickly in transition.
That three no good. And now Bellevue West starting to control the tempo of this one. Here's Morrow in the corner now. That one just misses. Now here come the Junior Jays back on the other end. Parker out to Dang. Some good perimeter defense here from the Thunderbirds. Kick out to Dang in the corner for three. That one no good. As we've now dipped under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Garcia from the top of the key. No, sir. Rebound comes down to Parker. Junger's going to take a straightaway three. That one no good, and it hit the strap up, connecting the backboard to the ceiling, so it will be a turnover back to the Thunderbirds, as they'll get it with 36.8 to go, so they can, in all likelihood, hold for the final shot of the first quarter.
The way he's been shooting, wouldn't be surprised if this ball goes to Melcher.
Bryce Johnson near the timeline, in no hurry to put up any sort of shot. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. They get it to Melcher for three. Yes, sir! The freshman with 3 threes here in the opening quarter. The half-court heave from Knight is off the mark. And it's Bellevue West with a 9-point lead to open up here in the first. It was tight early, but the Thunderbirds caught fire towards the end of the first, as they will take a 19-10 lead after the opening 8 minutes of play. We will step aside. You're watching the District A-7 final right here on CPSN. Second quarter now underway here from the Hyder. It'll be the Thunderbirds to start things off after they pulled out to a 9-point lead off of Keaton Melcher's third three of the first quarter and the final possession of the first. That one well defended by the Junior Jays. Now here's Schultz in the corner trying to drive baseline with a fresh shot clock. Inside to Coyer as he lays it up and in. And the Thunderbirds out to a hot start.
And the two types of shots they can't afford to give up are open threes and open layups against this Bellevue West team. And they've given up a lot of those early on. Need to play some better defense on that end.
Here's Parker for three. That one's short. Only the 13th three for Parker on the season. He has made 6 of them, but can't get that one to go. Garcia underneath.
Been a lot of second chance buckets early on for Garcia. Gets one again, and now it's the largest lead of the day so far for Bellevue West.
Jungers has his layup just in and out. And now Bellevue West with an opportunity to really make things uncomfortable for the host here with just over a minute gone in the second, already up 13. Garcia drives inside, miscommunication. Errant pass will float out of bounds. And Coach Lutke will call a timeout as the Thunderbirds have extended their lead. It's 23-10 here with already 6:31 to go in the second.
Some updates from around Class A, the other district games. Lincoln North Star has beaten Kearney 68-47. Millard North leading Millard South 73-39 with a minute left. So Millard North winning that game. 2 of the 6 results that the loser of this game would need in order to get into state already taking place. The Grand Island, Papio South, Lincoln Southwest, West Side, Lincoln Northeast, and Lincoln Southeast in Westview Papio games still in the first quarter. So a bit too early to call for any of those, but fans keeping an eye on all of those scores as this game's going to go along.
So the A4 district champions, the Lincoln North Star Navigators, and the soon-to-be A5 district champions, the Millard North Mustangs, which, what a season for the Mustangs. It started out very rocky. Actually started out with a 10-point loss against these very Thunderbirds. But my goodness, have they heated up in the second half of the season. Ended off the final coaches poll at second, just behind Papillion La Vista South. And now they have all but clinched their spot in PBA here in a couple of weeks. Parker fouled on the other end, knocks down both of his free throws. So Junior Jays on the board here in the second. Coyer inside, working over Parker, gets it to go. Fadeaway jumper good. Here's Knight driving baseline. Kick out to Bonet in the corner for three. That one clanks off the back. Just can't get it to go. Some of these super close for the Junior Jays here so far, but another steal. And in transition is Cooper Knight, and he lays it up and in.
Cooper Knight is so good when he's driving to the basket. Ends up getting a finish there. And
Melcher again! My goodness, the freshman on fire. 42% on the season from the three-point line, and he's really showing it as the Thunderbirds with their biggest lead of the game up to 14, now back down to 12 as Parker knocks down the mid-range.
Pace really heating up early on in the second. Creighton Prep getting a quick bucket, then Keaton Melcher knocking down a three, and then Prep answering right back with another basket of their own. Oh,
Melcher,
no.
heat check. That one off the mark. Got a little comfortable with that one. Off balance three, but whenever you're shooting like that, feels like you can't miss. Parker trying to drive inside. Kick out to Bonet. Swing to Knight, now to Jungers. Working on Coyer, loses his footing. Peters able to keep it. Step back three, off the mark. Johnson has it stolen away. Now Jungers racing to the bucket on Garcia. And a foul called, they're going to say it was on the ground, but that is two on Robbie Garcia here with 4:08 to go in the second.
Now they're going to say it's on the shot.
They will call it a shooting foul on Robbie Garcia. It is still his second, and he will check out as a mass of substitutions now come in. It is indeed a foul on the floor. Players were lining up as if it were a shooting foul, but they'll have to do that again now as Cooper Knight, now driving in, draws the foul. So he will go through the line for what is a shooting foul.
We've seen these past couple games, Cooper Knight getting to the basket a lot. A lot of layups and floaters have been accounting for his shots recently. Prep needs to start knocking down their free throws, though. Only went 4 for 11 in the game versus Bellevue East. Can't afford to have those misses against Bell West.
Cooper Knight misses both of his free throws, and the ball tipped out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Thunderbirds. Halfway through the second, it's Bellevue West with a commanding 12-point lead. Here's a drive from Schultz. He gets fouled on the way up. Good free throw shooter on the year is Schultz. 77% from the charity stripe coming into this one.
Coming off of the best game of his career. Scored 23 points in the win versus Millard West on Saturday.
Front end no good. And Jacob Coyer will check back in. Second free throw from Schultz is up and good. Sheldon Galladay in the game now for the Junior Jays, along with Parker, Bonet, Knight, and Tubrick. Got a lot of substitutions on both ends here in this one so far, as Tubrick draws the foul on Schultz. That's 4 on the Thunderbirds, one more, and it will be bonus free throws. Here's Parker. Into Galladay, reverse layup. Gets fouled on the way up, so it'll be a trip to the line for Galladay as Garez James picks up his foul.
It's a beautiful backdoor cut there from Galladay. Bellevue West just not seeing him get to the basket, and Parker with his head up, able to find him, and Galladay gets a trip to the free throw line.
Galladay gets the second one to bounce home. (29-17) our score here as we're nearing the end of the first half here in the A-7 final. Morrow driving inside. Kick out to Coyer. Corner three. Yes, sir. Bellevue West feeling it beyond the arc here tonight, and it shows as they've grown their lead back to 15. Tubrick inside to Parker, working on a double team, turnaround floater, no good. And now here comes Johnson on the other end, trying to work inside over Bonet, can't get it to go, and now Junior Jays have numbers. Knight, trailer to Tubrick for three, off the mark, and out of bounds off the Junior Jays.
It's been a rough first half on the field, but if you're Prep, you have to continue to operate like these shots are going to fall. You can't play too far outside of your game and what these guys are capable of doing. Just need to have confidence and keep putting up open shots, because at some point those are going to have to start falling.
Melcher, step back three, long range. No problem for the freshman. And the lead's as big as it's been. It's 18. Knight drives. Jungers. Peters. Back out to Galladay. Now to Tubrick. Driving inside, gets the layup to go.
Some good passing to keep that possession alive. Tubrick able to recognize that he had a lane to the basket, and he takes advantage of it.
Morrow out to Melcher. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Morrow. Garez James drives inside. Good defense from Jungers. As good hustle now from Garez James. He gets it right back, and Johnson lays it up and in. Now here comes Knight coast to coast. Layup. Count the basket and one. Bellevue West side does not like it. They wanted a charge call. They wanted an offensive foul on Knight. But it will be a foul and a opportunity at a three-point play for Cooper Knight.
That's a huge basket for the Junior Jays. Bellevue West had the most momentum they had all game after that steal and quick bucket. So for Knight to rush right down and get a quick three-point play for them, that's huge for them as they'll look to put together a strong second half.
Now here under 40 seconds to go. Back cut by Pierce Parker, and he traveled. So now Junior Jays will get it back. Down 15 here with almost no time between game and shot clock, about a 0.9 second difference. Here's Dang coast to coast, lays it up and in. And now a whistle as a warning on the Junior Jays. We're going to call a delay a game warning on Creighton Prep. But clock stop with 26.7 to go as Keaton Melcher checks back in for the Thunderbirds. The hot hand here in the first half. 5 triples made, which currently decides the game as the Thunderbirds up 13. As they will look to try and produce some offense here before the break. Johnson inside, he's fouled.
And Johnson just taking his man one-on-one there, gets into the lane and draws the foul. And now Johnson, who's a 69% free throw shooter throughout this season, has a chance to make it a 15-point game yet again.
Front end no good. Johnson's second is good. Now 4.8 to go. Knight looking for something. He'll hoist it up, off the mark, and that will conclude a dominant first half performance here from the Bellevue West Thunderbirds as they will take a 14-point lead to the locker room. 38-24 is your score here as we hit the half at the Hyder. We will step aside, coming back for third quarter action, but it is all Thunderbirds here in the first half. You're watching the District A-7 final right here on CPSN. We welcome you back. Third quarter action here from the Hyder, about to get underway. First half, all Thunderbirds as they lead by 14 here as it's 38-24. The visiting Bellevue West Thunderbirds in full control here after the first. We welcome you here back to our coverage of the A-7 final. Mike Knockenauer alongside Colton Alder. Colton, Thunderbirds felt like they couldn't miss from deep in that first half, and it really shows as they have a commanding 14-point lead.
Yeah, Keaton Melcher was really the guy that established this lead for Bellevue West. 5 made threes. He had some really tough shots, too. A lot of open opportunities that he had as well. This Junior Jays defense needs to cover him the best they can, stick the guy that they feel is their best perimeter defender on him. Other than that, shutting down Robbie Garcia is going to be a big thing for them. He had 8 points in the first half, but he had a ton of rebounds as well, a lot of second chance opportunities off of misses. So he has been a major impact for them as well. But
yeah, already 10 rebounds on the evening for Robbie Garcia. Thunderbirds big man already nearing a double-double as we get set now to send it back for the third quarter. Teams back out there ready to get this second half underway. Thunderbirds 16 minutes away now. They can almost taste the state berth at this point if they're able to keep up what they had going there in the first half, as Junior Jays will start things off heading left to right here in the second half. Underneath for Parker, he gets it to go.
That was a play that Trinell Parker saved with his height down low. Pass was very high and could have gotten away, but able to keep it alive and get an easy bucket underneath.
Now here's a three from Johnson, no good. And has it stolen away now, right, cleaning up his mess right away. He missed the three, but right there to steal it away and put it up for two.
That was one where the Junior Jays got a break after Johnson missed a three that he typically makes.
Now here's Peters for three. Yes, sir. That's something the Junior Jays are going to need here in this second half. Felt like nothing was falling there in the first. As a foul underneath on Trinell Parker.
And having a quick start to the second half was going to have to be huge for the Junior Jays. Entering the second half with it's a 14-point deficit, cutting it down to 11 early. It's a strong start for them. They're going to need to get any chance they can.
Garcia went up for the slam and had it poked away by Parker. Now here comes Peters with a long three on the other end. That one no good. That would have been a big momentum shifter there had that one fallen. Now here's Garcia near the free throw line. Coyer driving baseline on Jungers. Now gets inside. That one no good. Junior Jays really going to need to start capitalizing on these Thunderbird misses. As here's Knight driving. Has it poked away by Melcher. It'll stay here.
He might have caught a break there. It looked like he jumped a little bit too far, but Melcher making contact with that ball and knocking it out of bounds. Now it's time for Prep to take advantage of an extra opportunity.
Parker working inside on Garcia. Hook no good off the back iron. Another rebound from the Thunderbirds big man. Now Johnson inside, makes a move, finds a way to create some separation and get that one to go. Lead back up to 13. Here's Jungers driving inside over Melcher. That one's short, but he collects his own rebound. Goes up, under, around the rim, and in. Now here's Coyer left open on the other end. makes a man miss and lays it up.
You can't afford to let anyone slip by you on defense with this much of a deficit. Can't allow Bellevue West to get those transition points right there, especially in a situation where they really shouldn't have had that opportunity.
Mid-range from Jungers off the mark. Now here's Johnson, working inside to Coyer. Floater good. Thunderbirds really starting to find their footing here in the second half. Jungers corner three, no good. Junior Jays have been cold here from beyond the arc this evening. Johnson working his way inside, gets it up, gets it to go, and he's got some words for the birdcage as he will head to the line for a chance to equal the Thunderbirds' biggest lead with a three-point play.
Bryce Johnson has gotten off to a great start to this second half, and he gets another bucket there. Lead now up to 17, chance to equal their best lead of the game so far, and for Creighton Prep, time's running out for them to stave a comeback here against this Thunderbird team that's playing so well offensively right now.
Johnson's free throw no good, but it'll stay here. Last touched by the Junior Jays. Now here's Schultz. Johnson makes a move, driving inside, spin move, puts up a shot, that one no good. Hits the baseline, and it was last touched by the Thunderbirds.
This is a spot for Creighton Prep with both Keaton Melcher and Robbie Garcia not in the game. Maybe a situation where you can cut into this lead a little bit. They'll have to take advantage of their opportunities right now.
Tubrick, straightaway three, no good. And it's Johnson with the rebound. Thunderbirds in transition. Schultz left open for three. It's a 20-point game. Bellevue West. Seems like anyone on the court at any given moment tonight has the hot hand, as they have extended the lead up to 20. Here's Tubrick inside, he's fouled.
Feels like the difference in this game has been Bellevue West is making the easy shots that Creighton Prep has had, but has not converted upon. Just knocking down these open threes, shots close to the rim. That's going to be how the Junior Jays would be able to make a comeback, and so far they just haven't been able to do that in the second half. That's an issue that they need to resolve as quickly as they possibly can, because there is not much time for them to make a comeback here today.
Tubrick knocks down both of his free throws. Garcia back into the game. As Johnson brings it across the timeline. Trapped in the corner. And a turnover forced by the Junior Jays down in front of the Bellevue West bench.
With strong defense there to get possession back. At this point, you need to just get the best shot that you can. You're not at the point where you need to rush a shot with this much time remaining.
Tubrick. Galladay, jumper from the baseline is good. Here's Morrow underneath. Guarded near the baseline. Now here's Pierce Parker inside, has it poked away. Now here's Coyer for three from the top of the key. No good. And now the Junior Jays have a chance back on offense once again. Here's Tubrick. Pull-up jumper good. Quick 6-0 run here from the Junior Jays. And a foul there on Ayul Dang. As Johnson was trying to get an angle on the sideline.
And these last couple of buckets for the Junior Jays might be the formula for how they might want to come back into this game. Getting into the lane, getting a jumper that, even if it's not a wide open shot, is still a shot they feel like they can make. And just taking advantage of those chances.
Mara with 3, that one's short. Junior Jays with numbers. Tonight to Tubrick. Thought about the 3, now he'll drive. Inside and a foul on the ground. That's Jacob Coyer with the foul on the floor. Here's Knight driving inside. Fadeaway jumper short. And Garcia able to corral the rebound, and then he's fouled.
Tubrick was almost able to wrestle that ball away from Garcia, but in the end, just too strong there, and he comes up with it and draws a foul.
That's 2 quick fouls on Ayul Dang. He remains in the game. Morrow drive, scoop layup is good. Now Dang driving baseline, missed the rim. Garcia another rebound. Now here's Coyer. Inside, puts up a shot, no good. And whistle, and it will be Junior J basketball as Garcia was trying to fight for the offensive rebound but couldn't stay in bounds. Lots of ground to make up for the Junior Jays here with just over a minute to go in the third. Dang will put up a 3. That one off the mark. Melcher with the rebound. Struggles from beyond the arc for the Junior Jays, popping up at the worst time here this evening. Garcia the 3. Yes, sir! The big man with the triple bumps the lead back up to 19. Dang working inside, floaters short, and Galladay able to come down with the rebound, and a jump ball will send it the way of Bellevue West.
Feels like all throughout the second quarter, whenever Creighton Prep has gotten some momentum in their favor, it's just swung right back to Bellevue West in just as strong of a fashion, and yet another example there is it's now getting to be very tight on time, especially if Bellevue West is able to convert on this last opportunity of the third.
Lead grew to as big as 20. It's back to 19. Thunderbirds will most likely hold for the final shot. Johnson driving in. His shot no good, but Coyer comes down with a rebound, and he puts it back up and in. Now here a desperation heave from Connor Peters at the horn, no good. As the third quarter comes to a close, the Thunderbirds with their biggest lead so far, 58-37. Bellevue West all over the host Junior Jays as we head to the final 8 minutes here from the Hyder Center. We will take a break, but bring you back for fourth quarter action. You're watching the District A-7 final right here on CPSN. Bellevue West, with a bucket in the final seconds of the third quarter, extends their lead to as big as it's been at 21 as they take a 58-37 lead here into the fourth quarter. Max Jungers knocks down the three from the top of the key.
You needed a quick start to get a bucket on that first possession if you want any chance of making this comeback, and Jungers knocking it down. Good start for this Junior J offense.
Cross-court pass. Here's Melcher again. Yes, sir! The freshman doing all he can to try and send his Thunderbirds to Pinnacle Bank Arena. He's knocked down 6 triples in this one. Peters hoists a three. That one good. And a quick timeout called by Coach Lutke.
Good start to the quarter to knock down those 2 threes for the Junior Jays. This offense has some momentum going. Now their defense is also going to need to make some stops. Game increases even more in importance as some results shaping out from the rest of the districts. Papio South taking care of business. They're up by 24 over Grand Island. Westside has a 6-point lead at the half versus Lincoln Southwest, but Westview trailing by 9 towards the end of the third against Papio. If Westview loses, this game becomes a win and in. If Lincoln Northeast loses, this game becomes a win and in. And Lincoln Northeast is also down by 6 to Lincoln Southeast.
Out of the timeout, it'll be the Thunderbirds bringing it up the court. As you said, a lot of district hosts also trailing, so Junior Jays are running out of options here, as that one good from Johnson, and another timeout called by Coach Lutke. We will step aside here with 6:42 to go in the fourth. It is all Thunderbirds here from the Hyder. Junior Jays burn their third timeout, as it is all Bellevue West, as they are 6 minutes and 42 seconds away, if barring a monster comeback here from the Junior Jays, as Peters for three, that one no good, and a foul on the rebound will send it the other way.
You can't afford to miss those open threes. That was a good shot to hit there, but it just doesn't fall. And now things becoming even more dire for the Junior Jays.
As a botched inbounds pass nearly. And now here's Johnson for the corner. No good. Knight able to corral the rebound. Here comes Parker. Spin move inside, gets it up, and can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
This is where they need to resolve their issues at the free throw line. As we mentioned, 4 for 11 last game. They've struggled so far today. Need to knock down this pair and get back in the game. Can't leave points on the board.
Here is James and Morrow back into the game now, as Melcher and Coyer will check out for the Thunderbirds. Parker knocks down both of his free throws. Garcia for three. Off the back iron, no good. Jungers corner three. Yes.
Jungers has knocked down a couple of three-pointers so far. Some momentum building offensively for Creighton Prep, but now their defense is also going to need to step up. And
as they force a trap there in the middle of the court on a double team, Jungers and Knight force the travel on Johnson. And the Thunderbirds now forced to call a timeout as the Junior Jays, 5:35 to go. Lots of work to do still, but it's March. Crazier things have happened.
Looking at the other scores as well, Westview has cut Papio's lead down to 4, and Lincoln Northeast has cut Lincoln Southeast's lead down to 2. Those games getting closer. Prep wants Westview and Northeast to win in the event of a loss. If all of the district hosts ahead of Prep win, both of these teams make state regardless of who wins. So it'll be major point of focus on how those games turn out.
Westside only up 4 on Southwest as that game nears the end of the third. As for us here, it's the Junior Jays trailing by 15. Is that one knocked out of bounds? It'll stay here.
And that was close to being a potential really bad situation for the Junior Jays. Bellevue West almost got a fast break opportunity there, but Garris James just barely not able to save it.
Inside to Parker. He's got leverage on Garcia, and he throws it down.
They get a second chance on the possession, and they take advantage of it. This team's fighting hard late, but they've still got a lot of work left to do.
Garcia inside. His floater no good, but he gets his own rebound. Going up, laying it up and in, and a foul.
Robbie Garcia throughout this year, one of, if not the best player in the entire state, and he shows up when Bellevue West needs him most there. Gets them a bucket to stop some of this momentum.
Free throw no good. Back to a 15-point game. Knight to Jungers. Trying to drive inside. His float layup no good. Kick out. Schultz in the corner gets it to Garcia. Johnson left wide open for three. Here come the Junior Jays pushing. Trailer to Jungers for three. Off the back iron, but Bonet there to collect the rebound and put it up and in.
Great job by Bonet just sticking with that play off of the miss. Prep cutting this lead back down to 13.
Halfway gone here in the fourth. Morrow. Inside now to Coyer. Shot clock down to 8. Garcia trying to drive with 4. Gets it up and gets it in, and he will go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. The Thunderbirds slowly choking out any sort of comeback hopes for the Junior Jays as they just continue to find ways to score it, especially when they force fouls on the way, as Garcia will try to convert the three-point play, and he can't, but Junior Jays with a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it, but there's Peters on the other end with the layup. As now it feels like the kind of time will be where it will be shoe clock for the Thunderbirds. Morrow behind the back, inside, goes up, but he was fouled.
Morrow, a 71% shooter throughout this year. Prep hoping that he at the very least splits these, if not misses both.
So this is the front end. Tubrick will come back in for Connor Peters. Colton, any updates from other district sites?
Papillion La Vista's lead back up to 6 with about 5 minutes to go versus Westview. Lincoln South East and Lincoln Northeast still at a 2-point game.
As Morrow missed his second free throw, but they're going to call a lane violation on Trinell Parker. So now he'll get another chance at it, and he knocks it down.
And just an avoidable mistake that ends up getting Bellevue West another point. Can't afford to have those in a situation where the game is this intensive. You need to have everything go right to get a comeback at this point.
Parker, dang, from the free throw line, no good. And Coyer coming down with the rebound here with 3 minutes to go. The Thunderbirds can smell the scissors and the ladders. Pass nearly intercepted there from Knight. Now back out to Schultz for 3. Off the back iron, rebound kicks out to Tubrick. Jungers pull up 3, in and out. Just a rough shooting night for the Junior Jays. Here when they needed it most. Here's Schultz. Thunderbirds in no hurry. Here's the clock, nears 2 minutes. Johnson, inside floater, off the backboard, no good. Coyer with the rebound, and he puts it up and in as the shot clock expires.
At this point, you need to throw up the first shot you can get, really.
Reverse layup, no good from Knight. And now the Thunderbirds with a 16-point lead have all but clinched their spot to the state tournament. Garcia drives, and a jump ball forced will keep it here.
Creighton Prep will take some of their starters out, as at this point the result pretty much sealed that Bellevue West is going to win this game and clinch their spot in the state playoffs.
Here's Garcia. Behind the back, making a move. Fadeaway jumper, glass no good. Here's Guat. Hook layup no good. Garcia comes down with the rebound. And clock down to a minute now, as the Thunderbirds are getting ready to celebrate their district final win. As Garcia inside, can't get that to go. Gets his own rebound, has it blocked by Guat. Now here comes Luke Squasha on the other end. Here's Jonah Roth inside, layup no good. And who else but Robbie Garcia coming down with the rebound. And that should all but do it. For the third straight year, the Junior Jays will drop the district final here at home. This time around, it's the Bellevue West Thunderbirds, as the back-to-back state champions will try to go for a three-peat at PBA as they take down the A-7 host in the Junior Jays 70-54 to clinch their spot in the state tournament. What a run here from the Thunderbirds to close out the season. So many obstacles, but they will be heading back to Pinnacle Bank Arena, and they'll be cutting down the nets here in the Hyder.
Thunderbirds played a great game today, but for Creighton Prep, the pain of losing this game after the last 2 years. It's a rough way for this district to go down. Their season, for the moment, is still alive. They're awaiting on the results of 3 of the remaining district games. We'll see how those shape out. But for the moment, their season is in the balance, and just a rough way for them to end it.
But with that, we will go ahead and sign things off one last time. Colton, we did this with football already. Now it's basketball, and it's starting to get a little bit more difficult with each one of these. Obviously, we got 2 more, but yeah, last game here in the Hyder. I mean, it's been a ride.
Yeah, there's been a lot of games that have been close, a lot of games that haven't been close, a lot of games that have gone Prep's way, and some that haven't. But all throughout, it's been fun to be on this journey, and hopefully our opportunity to cover this team goes on for a little bit longer.
Obviously, as you said, couple district finals still winding down, so the Junior Jays will wait on those results to see what their fate will be. But for the A-7 district, that one goes to the Bellevue West Thunderbirds with a dominant win here in the final against the host Junior Jays. But yeah, let's sign it off one last time for basketball. For our entire CPSN crew, King Maxwell, Jason Wiest, Chris Hillebrandt, our advisor, Mr. Matt Raskushek, Hank McGill, alongside Colton Alder, I'm Mike Knockenauer. Thank you so much for allowing me into your streaming devices of any kind. Thank you for letting me cover Junior J basketball for you guys for these past few years. It's really been an honor, and it's something that I'm really going to cherish the rest of my life. And I know it goes the same for you as well. But that'll do it for us here in the Hyder. Final score, Bellevue West winning the A-7 district 70-54. They're off to state. But from us here tonight, we will sign things off. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. Have a great rest of your week. Good night.